Chalice on 1. Good start. Urza's Bauble, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal. Pass.
Move to end step.
Okay. End step, discard Gristlebrand to hand size.
End of your turn. I'm going to
Urza's Bauble. Getting cracked. Reveals Dark Ritual, which is currently shut off thanks to Chalice. David will draw an extra card here on upkeep.
This is the alpha.
Yeah.
Okay, Urza's Saga.
Plus card.
Okay. You can have the other card.
blue from the multiple.
So I'm gonna try and do with that.
Yep. I'll waste your Saga.
Okay.
Kappa Cannoneer. Pretty good. What does Greg need here? Plays a land and passes. Urza's Saga will now tick up. David has a clock.
Take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, take 4.
Kappa Cannoneer could attack for at least 5 this turn.
Like hand this? Yeah. That's
Yep.
Gotta make a construct now. This will be 6.
Make another construct, and then I'll search.
I'm going to cast Thought Monitor.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Okay, Kappa Cannoneer gets another boost. Draw 2. Lotus Petal. Another trigger on Kappa Cannoneer. So it'll be a swing for 8 as of right now.
On the Brainstorm.
okay.
City combat?
You're good.
7?
8.
You go to 12.
All right, a swing for 8 puts Greg down to 12. Greg's out of time.
One card?
2.
Plenty of power on the board on David's side with the construct and the Kappa Cannoneer. Thought Monitor to back up. Can make another construct. Can search up potentially Needle or something with Urza Saga as well. Luanil, thank you for the resub. 36 months for Luanil. That's 3 years. You did it. You did it. What's up, Jason? 83% favor for 8 cast as we were getting started, says the Twitch chat. Greg finds about Bayou. Shallow Grave. Okay, that's something. That's something. Get back Gristlebrand.
I guess the non-artifact. Mine is not an artifact. That'll work.
Weird. Give me one.
Pay 7, go to 3.
He's only an artifact and he's a creature.
And they played a land for right?
Yeah.
7.
Greg goes down to 3. Paying life with Gristlebrand. Is this enough to win? Plays a Lotus Petal. Chalice on 1 has to hurt here.
Yeah, I mean, judges are not going to enforce the monopoly.
Is there a judge in there?
Even if there were, Are they gonna like?
Yeah, exactly. What if I just say I won the regional championship? Who's gonna stop? In my own little world, maybe I did. That's called freedom. Live in a country.
Still got the
Exactly.
There's
Make
7.
them hear about it.
That's 10. Oh, right. Yeah, the black.
Like, I don't feel terrible right now, but it's like, yeah, and I'm like,
David thinking about throwing this thought monitor in front of Gristlebrand. No blocks. Just takes 7. Greg will pay 7 life again after gaining life from Gristlebrand. We have some David fans in the chat. Players who play on this channel end up having their own fandoms. And sometimes the fandoms fight with each other. Yeah. I mean, occasionally we have people watching this channel, which is great, who are not that familiar with Legacy and do wonder why cards like Soul Ring aren't making the cut. It's banned. Yeah. Being able to run 4 Soul Rings in your deck would just be ridiculous. If you think about it. Okay, so Greg now sacking Lotus Petals. Mana Rock that does see play in the format. And here's Sedgemoor Witch.
Fair. I think that's a good reason not to. And for me, it's just like, you know, if I see.
Mana Vault is also banned, right? Wait, is it banned? I forgot. I think Mana Vault is banned. Yeah, it must be banned. Yeah. Forgot.
Like you said, different kind of thing where the amount of resources that you'll ever have access to is the constraint. So like,
You can do the ponder. Oh no, you.
All right, a thought cast here for David after playing Mishra's Bauble, Mox Opal, and Seed of the Synod. So both players throwing a bunch of artifacts on the table in turn 1. Greg's resulted in a Sedgemoor Witch. David's resulted in a thought cast. David is the artifact deck after all. Should 8cast just be called Affinity, chat? Or do we like the name 8cast? Does anybody have any feelings on that? There's a Cabal Therapy.
Kappa Cannoneer?
Kappa Cannoneer was named. Urza's Bauble, Double Ancient Tomb, Otawara, Fairy Macabre, and Sai. Luminum with a great question. Why did Expressive Iteration get banned? I'm still trying to figure that out, Luminum, and I'll get back to you when I figure it out.
Go.
Sai is thrown in the trash after sacking a pest. Great gain to life. I think that was recorded. Yeah, Modern Staple Expressive Iteration was banned in Legacy. Can you believe it? It's unbelievable.
Funnily enough, though, because I think Memory's Journey is only 2 minutes of play, there was a line where he could keep himself alive for 3 turns and then draw it to the possible, but I guess he didn't see it because he didn't see it.
I'm above the top of my deck.
Okay, bobbling the top of the deck.
Well, it's like, I know that's sort of cold sweat when I like real, because I was like looking.
What creature is in play? That would be Sedgemoor Witch. I know it's not a card we see frequently in Legacy or any format, really. So there it is.
It's part of the reason why it's in there, right? So that we.
And it's created a pest.
I guess so, yeah. I haven't had that.
Sedgemoor Witch is swinging away.
I am. I'm not convinced.
I don't really know anything about what goes on in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know what you're referring to.
Opal. Force Negation, Lotus Petal.
Emery just hit the stack. Milled a Mox Opal, a Bauble, a Lotus Petal, and a Force of Negation.
Comes up only
Results?
I don't know if it comes up or not. It's a similar variant of Bridge from Below, where it's like you need it
Swing three?
once in a blue moon. But the Bridge from Below.
The bridge from below is happening real.
Yeah, they come up way more often.
Explosives on 0?
So supply shares.
Engineered Explosives X is 0. Ooh.
Instant source.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, Magecraft is only instants and sorceries. David checking on that.
I can see when, like, it was clear they drew too many Nargios and they know they can't win. They're just like,
Yeah, whoops. Especially in an online setting.
Chain of Smog would allow infinite pests to get created, something David has to watch out for. Urza's Bauble. Getting cracked. Take a look at the top card. It is Assassin's Trophy. Okay.
Keep draw bottle.
Assassin's Trophy is interesting.
I'm gonna target a Mishra's bottle.
Old school realm.
Okay, activating Emery. Casting Mishra's Bauble.
I only incidentally brought because creativity's like
Oh, cool. They're coming over.
yeah, it's like
Let's see what the follow-up.
Podcast.
Podcast, okay. Draw some cards.
it's nice to see it more often, but you definitely it gets a little clunky.
Yeah.
Especially since it's not like it's not a blue card you can't pitch before.
Right. But it does. I like the synergy with Yorion. The Yorion always
It's also really good for storytelling, which is
Sure. Yeah.
and it's also just nice when you just like discard your own effects and just cast it.
Yeah.
In fair matchups, that's like, ooh, look at these knees.
Swinging for 4. Sedgemoor Witch doing lots of damage in this game. David's down to 6. David's been able to draw some cards and cycle through the deck a little bit. The only thing really happening though right now is Emery. Unmasked pitching. I'm blanking on this card's name. The black-green Magecraft guy. Force of Negation, pitching Force of Will. Okay. Passing the turn. Looks like Greg's Hellbent. Oh, no. Greg still has cards in hand. Witherbloom Apprentice. Thank you. I could not think of it. I think I'm jet-lagged, everybody. Is that possible? I was only 2 hours. I was in Mountain Time Zone. 2 hours different from New York. I feel kind of slow today. I don't know. Thought Monitor. Draw 2. Never heard of such a thing. Any Bowmaster sightings today? Not today, but next week, watch out. Set comes out this weekend. Or at least the pre-release. There's Lotus Petal. Cracking 2 Lotus Petals. Very Macabre hard cast it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Tularic says, is this deck called 8 Cast? It should 100% be called 8 Thought. Yeah. It should be called Affinity. That's what it should be called.
If I'm going to play this deck, I gotta play it really fast. I remember one time it was just like
There were some Lotus Petals cracked there.
so what ended up happening was like team.
Those are bad lands for Greg.
One of my towers that were not red.
So Energy Explosives is live now, but that's not very exciting at the moment.
Yeah, because it was win loss and we just ended up drawing. But so we were in time. We were in I was like going control against Infect. Mind you, this was like during Infect format. This was also like round. So we didn't see any Hogan. But this is like the almost easy. Exile or Razor or whatever. I just have a window. So I had to, I think I had
Harry Houdini suggesting crazy eights. Wendy suggesting that the deck barely uses affinity cards and likes 8 cast better. Okay, I think we just saw Chain of Smog hit the stack, and we're creating infinite pests. And that likely means that this game is over, and it is. So we're going to game 3. Sedgemoor Witch plus Chain of Smog combo ends game 2. All right, 1 card goes on the bottom for Greg. David is on the play here in game 3. Twitch chat is on the edges of their seats. This match has been nothing but exciting. Urza Saga. We haven't seen many emotes coming from the chat today. Is everybody feeling okay? Usually emotes bouncing all over the place. Badlands, Unmask, Pitching, Entomb. All right, there's some emos. Anarchy Inducer with a nasty cold. Feel better. I was on a flight yesterday and then a flight a couple days before that. And everyone except for me on the flight was sick. I kid you not. It was one of the most disgusting things ever. I wore a mask the whole way. I was like, I'm not catching any of this. So far, I'm okay. Yeah, I should have just opened the door, really. People sitting right next to me blowing their nose. Oh. Non-stop coughing coming from behind me and in front of me, and oh no. I couldn't wait for the flight to be over.
And I was like, oh, he actually was like, I couldn't do any of those things for like.
You know what my weakness is, chat? Being around sick people. I think I just can't, like, people like blowing their nose and coughing around me. I get like, I start to get upset. Bothers the heck out of me.
Nowadays, I feel like
Why don't people stay home when they're sick? Yeah, we just had the pandemic, and I think most people have learned absolutely nothing. We just had the pandemic. They've learned nothing. TBH.
It was like prison mud with chalice and
Prison mud.
Yeah, I got bodied. And Wasteland for my son. It's all Uncharted 3.
All right, here's a construct. Now David will search the deck. 2 Magecraft creatures on Greg's side threatening here. We saw Chain of Smog end game 2.
Silver counter on something, so that was cool.
Wait, how did you do?
Huh?
I thought he.
No, the opponent put the silver counter on those.
And then you take the other one? Is that how it works?
Huh?
And then he takes the other one, right? Or something trade.
Yeah, he takes the one that you didn't put the counter on.
Okay, Shadow Spear. Try and race, I guess.
It's like playing like 7-card stud with yourself.
No Needle, no Grafdigger's Cage, no Tormod's Crypt, any of that. Just going for Shadow Spear. So assessing the situation and saying I'm going to beat Greg on the board with attacks. Mishra's Bauble. Thought cast.
Wait,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
oh, that's on the field. Yep.
I'm not looking forward because I'm living with my parents again until I move out to Seattle.
Looking very good.
So I'm not looking forward to just going all the way to Grand Central.
Did David just draw 3 cards? Or am I going crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. All right, attacking with a construct.
So for you, that's
Oh, maybe David reached for the deck and then confirmed the count. Yeah. The YouTube commenters are going to rewind it and fast forward and glean this entire match for all errors, which I do appreciate, actually. Which I do appreciate.
Maybe he didn't have my second coffee today. That's why.
I can rewind the tape. I'm not going to do it now, though. The video on demand folks can do it.
I probably could before the end of the round.
Trying to keep things moving along. Attacking with Sedgemoor Witch. Also, there's nothing I can do about it. Sedgemoor has Menace, which gets forgotten a lot by my opponents when I have Sedgemoor Witches in play, of which I've done a bunch of times.
Mortality.
Everybody tries to chump block it.
And you get anxious just thinking about caffeine when caffeine makes you anxious anyways.
Caffeine relaxes, but like it depends on the vessel. Like cold caffeine fucks me.
Entomb, make a pest, and forgetting about Witherbloom Apprentice, I guess. Greg missed the Witherbloom trigger. It also has Magecraft. Remembered the Witch, though. It made a pest. The pests will be pretty good at stopping David's attacks.
my uncle's
Shadow Spear is a problem, though.
aunt's husband is afraid of that because
Okay, looks like Proven T has gone back and rewinded. They went to draw, put it back because of a mana cost question on the Thoughtcast, and drew 2 cards. All right, so we're all good then. Thank you, Proven T, for checking that. Cabal Therapy has been entombed into the graveyard. Okay.
Flashes back, target you, trigger. So
Okay, Witherbloom remembered this time. Casting a ball. Naming Fairy Macabre this time. So a fairy gets thrown in the trash. The hand is Grafdigger's Cage, Chalice, Force of Negation, and Thought Monitor. Wow. So Grafdigger's Cage staying in hand. Force of Negation is live. 1 card left in Greg's hand. Chalice on 1 also seems high priority. But maybe waiting for Chalice on 2 to stop Chain of Smog. Entomb, double trigger again. This is tricky. Okay, Force of Negation, pitching Thought Monitor seems correct. Pass the turn. Am I going to Baltimore or OKC? I am not planning to go to either. What's up, Gabe? Digger's Cage comes in, all right. Following up with Chalice. Oh, no, okay. Equip with Shadow Spear makes sense here. A little low on life. Yeah, what is happening in OKC? I have no idea.
But like, Almond can't miss us in these second 300. It's crazy.
Where are we going, like, buying these slaves?
Looks like David's swinging with the Shadow Spear equipped construct. 6/6 trample.
I don't know if they like this now, but back like
Sad I won't make it. Yeah, I'd love to make it to all the Legacy events, but it's hard.
It was, 7 hours.
Faithless Looting. Just milling here. Making some pests, triggering some Magecraft. So 3 pests on the board now, it looks like. but Greg needs to figure out how to beat these constructs. Swing with Sedgemoor and 2 pests. Construct will block a pest. Greg will gain a life when it dies. And David will go down to 6. Okay.
The side of it was actually great. It was better.
This is close.
I don't know.
No creatures in the graveyard for Greg. 2 Faithless Lootings, though.
Allegheny Society, Massachusetts. It's like an Italian language learning society that was banned during World War II.
Chalice on 1 is decent. Did not go for Chalice on 2. Chalice on 2 may be better because Chain of Smog just ends the game. Only 1 card in David's hand. Would you go for Chalice on 1 or Chalice on 2 here, chat? Is life totals a concern for Ancient Tomb? Unsure. Counting up power toughness for this construct.
Gain 1, 6, go to 8.
I couldn't do any of those because I had Archon.
You gain 7, right?
And I thought he balanced it, but he didn't balance it. So he double spell like 2 turns.
1 card in David's hand. Greg hoping to draw Chain of Smog, it looks like.
But I mean, I would have just like.
Looks like it did not happen.
He actually beat me the last time we played,
Something.
and I forgot. I hope I didn't forget my most recent match, but Archon dropped off the second.
Yeah, especially with Cage in the board, I think I'm going for Chalice on 2 there. Great point with the Cage too. You have the graveyard locked. Can't even flashback Faithless Looting right now. Greg going down to 7. I hope Greg doesn't try to flashback this Faithless Looting because it's not going to happen.
But then game 2, I just like.
Not sure why else we're fetching here.
No one for his ass kicked.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, just turn 1 piece on seeing the blue deck.
Yeah, I guess you got a cast trigger? No.
Random creatures from the deck and put my magazine in.
I don't think we go. Is flashback a cast?
I brought him in there.
Yeah, no, it's counter. I just want to
And then he doesn't play around.
No, I don't think it's counted. I just think you can't cast it.
Oh, shit, you're right. Yes.
All right, Greg forgot about it.
So those aren't set.
And yeah, because Grafdigger's Cage, you can't cast stuff in the graveyard.
Hydro Blast, but I didn't have any of my red.
It just can't be cast.
I was like, I should save 2 life, but I should have just tapped this to chalice on 2.
Oh.
I was like, alright, that was so stupid.
Right. It's like, oh, wait, by the way.
All right, Mox Opal, that'll boost the constructs again. This is a big attack. An 8/8 and a 7/7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 7/7.
Alright, so we're gonna block here. 6 tramples over. I go to 1, gain 1, so I'm at 2.
I played it in
You gain 8.
So 21.
Yeah.
1K, turn 1 and then just like maybe 17 score like over the course.
Greg needs Chain of Smog. This a grief revealed on top, and that is the match. 8 gas gets it.